Hey, what's up guys? Mark back with another tutorial. All right, so today I'm just gonna be practicing my ollies. As you can see, it is winter and I am very rusty. So we're just gonna be loosening up these legs, see if we can get off the ground and really just polish up how those ollies feel. First things first, all about foot placement. The fundamentals of any skateboarding trick is where you put your feet. Let's start with the back foot. You're gonna be in the pocket of this tail right here. And when you're standing on your tail, it's really the ball of your feet and the top half of your foot. The back half of your foot, this heel right here, is pretty much all the way off. I ride a 8 1/4 board, so it's pretty big and still half my foot is off. So really, when you're skating, the balls of your feet are where you're gonna be. If you find your foot in the middle of your board and your toes are hanging off, you're gonna have less balance because when you have the most balance is when you're in the balls of your feet and when you're in that athletic stance. So first things first, find that comfy back foot position. I like to keep it pretty much flush with the end of my board. I don't want my foot hanging too far off because when I go to pop, I don't want to hit my foot. I want it to just be a clean tail pop and lift off. Okay, so we have the back foot down. Now that front foot, the elusive foot slide. You always hear, yeah, you just pop and slide, but what does that really mean? When I go to pop, my foot turns. It kind of angles. My foot does not stay flat on the board. It has like my ankle bends and I'm sliding it on the edge of my shoe and I'm sliding up like this. Now, a great way you can tell if you're sliding it right, say I have like a white gum sole, you can see the line that your foot makes on your black grip tape from sliding. So when you pop, you slide, and you can practice just doing this, and you can see right there, there's a clear line on my grip tape of where I'm sliding. If you do want it to fly off, then we're in Ollie North territory, and that's a fun one too, but let's stick with ollies for now. We found our back foot right on this tail here. We found our right foot, we got our trucks showing, and now before we pop, there's a lot of levels we can take before we get to just going right to an ollie. So something that you can do to start is first step is just finding where your feet are and then doing this. Just lifting that front truck up. Kind of getting that motion of you're gonna pop, you're gonna put pressure on your back foot as your left foot or as your front truck comes off the ground. So, all right. So that's feeling like it's in the same realm of an ollie, but it's very mild. It's a very subtle motion. The next step in this like practicing the motion of an ollie is not jumping, but just putting your tail down and then putting it back. So let's just pop that tail up and hit the ground and feel nice and confident when we get there. So I'm gonna put a lot of that weight on my back foot and I'm just gonna go boom and put it right down. A similar motion of practicing and dropping in, you put it down. So let's do a couple more of those. So you're bent, you're ready to jump, but instead of jumping, we'll just put our truck down. All right, so why we practice this is because this is the first step in ollieing. An ollie, you basically do that exact motion, but much, much harder. I can hit my tail so hard off the ground that I don't even need to do anything with my front foot and I can get off the ground because this motion is really the key to getting that off the ground. And then what the front foot is doing is it's popping and it's leveling out using that front foot and it drives your weight forward. So instead of rocket air, you're leveling out. The next step in this incremental how do we Ollie, I'm going to pop off my tail and try and get my back truck to get off the ground. I'm not gonna focus on my front foot right now, just my back. Just kind of getting that, like, what does a pop feel like off that back foot? So that's gonna feel like, feels very rusty, but this is a good practice of just if you are hitting the ground and you're popping really hard, you're gonna get off the ground. All right, the next few steps of the Ollie are very quick. And that is where a lot of this muscle memory comes in. So the more you practice, the better you will be. We've got our pop, we practiced our slide, and now we're gonna try and put it together in a very seamless motion. It is a 1-2 step, and it's really quick. And so practicing that motion of the timing is everything. And then the last part, once you slide that foot, is you're gonna focus on your back foot. So you're gonna pop, slide, and it's gonna try and bring your board up, but your back foot needs to come up too. The goal of a really good Ollie is if it's level in the air. So how to get it level is pop, slide, and bring your back foot up. Boom, just like this. You're gonna suck it up, and the way that gravity and physics and science and the mysteries of skateboarding work, your board should follow you. It should stick with you on your foot. So let's do a couple, nice and slow, small ones, and see how it feels. Just practicing the timing. The timing is really key. Now, when I want to get higher, when I want to get those up, I'm going to put a lot more energy into that back truck, and I'm probably going to bend down more and really focus on jumping. Just like you're jumping, my legs didn't really bend when I just did that. But if I'm going to jump as high as I can, probably going to be like, use a lot of energy. So let's do a couple where I'm bursting with energy. That's a lot of effort, but I did a great job of sliding and then bringing my back foot up so that my board leveled out and came with me. The other thing we want to practice is keeping our center of balance over our board. We don't want to be forward, too far back, too this way. Really centered over our trucks. All right, let's do a couple more of these practice Ollies. See if we can focus on the timing, getting that sequence down. That foot position, pop, slide, suck up, keep your knees bent in the air, and then land gracefully. Landing where when you land, your legs aren't stiff. They're supporting the landing. You want to land and really impact support. You want to land gracefully. How does a ballerina land? All right, let's do a few more. And really, once you've mastered this trick, if you want to learn switch Ollies, it's the exact same way, whole different foot. So I'm just gonna go right into a switch Ollie and try and take my advice of what I just learned with the regular Ollie. So my back foot here, sliding forward, really focusing on lifting that foot off.